Okay, so I want you to imagine a scenario where you have compromised a user, and this user has any sort of share access. So, any sort of file share access. We can utilize that access to capture more hashes via responder, go back and try to crack those hashes, get the passwords, and possibly get a different user or maybe a user with more access. So, this does require a compromised user account or potentially an open file share. So if you happen to find an open file share for some reason, you can access it and put something in there or put a file in there. That works as well. So what we're going to do is a play on what used to be called an SCF attack. The SCF attack still kind of works, but it's not as good as what is called a URL attack. And it's the same premise, same idea. I'm going to put a link in the description below or the resources. You can go read up on these attacks and see there's all kinds of different authentication attacks out there where you can utilize social engineering. Like you can use Microsoft Word, you can use Outlook in different ways to get people to open files or certain things that will then trigger a hash back to you in Responder. So what we're going to do is we're going to first create the file, and then we're going to come back and run Responder and test it out. So I am in my Windows 10 machine. I'm logged in as Frank Castle. In here, I've got my a notepad open. So if you want to open up a notepad and type this out, you're more than welcome to. If you just want to watch a demonstration, that's fine too. If you want to pause the video, go ahead and type this out. Absolutely fine. So basically what we have here is internet shortcut, URL blah, working directory blah. None of this really matters as long as the syntax is here. The only thing that truly matters, okay, is this IP address. This IP address is going to be your attacker IP. So what we're going to do is we're going to point this at us so that way we can capture the hash. What's going to happen here is we're going to save this file. And we're going to save this file to a share. So remember, we created that hack me share in our Hydra DC. So I went ahead and put this in here. So what you do is you go file, save as, once you've got it all typed out. And I'll also put this in a code format down below as well. So if you want to just copy and paste it, you can do that. But what you want to do is you can come in here and you can just click on all files. And say you wanted to name it something. We can name it with quotes around it. We'll just call it like at test, and then you can call it .url. Okay, you want to have two things here: the at symbol or a squiggly will work as well, like a tilde, like that. And you want to also have the .url at the end of it. The tilde or the at symbol puts this at the top. Okay, so what's happening is when the user comes and navigates to this share folder, this will be at the top of the folder. So at the top of the folder, it ensures that it loads. If they have a large file share and they have to scroll through it and it doesn't load, then they might not see the file. It doesn't trigger, doesn't automatically send the hash. We want to automatically send the hash. We want to place this at the top. Now, what you can do with this is you can create something in here. Instead of writing something, maybe it's like a finance folder. It could just be something where it's just called like Q4 financials or something that would be relevant to the folder of where it's at. If it's like a printing share, it could just be like, looks like something else that would be, a PDF or print job or something out there. So you want to kind of social engineer it a little bit, but if you drop this file, nobody's really going to do anything. If we open it up, it's not going to really do much. It's just going to go to whatever. You could make this go to Google if you wanted to, like you could change the directory to whatever you wanted to. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and just cancel this. But what can happen here is we just want to save this in this directory. Okay, so all said and done, we've got it saved. I'm on the Frank Castle machine. I'm going to go to this PC, get out of that folder, and then we're going to open up Responder. And all we're going to do is just do Responder. We can do a -I ETH0 and then a -V for verbose. Hit enter. We're listening. Here's our IP address, attacker machine. We're going to come in. La-di-da-di-da. We're just a user navigating to a folder. No big deal. Oh my gosh. All these hashes just came through. It's the same thing repeated. Don't worry about that. But you should have captured a hash here. And what is this? NTLM-v2. Okay, so you can copy this and you can send this off. And what else can you do with this? You can relay it as well. So if you're in a situation where you want to try relaying, maybe get access somewhere else, that is an opportunity for you as well. So this is a cool little feature where you can just dump a quick file in a file share, literally just a few words or a few lines in a text document, essentially. And this will cause hashes to load like crazy for you. So something to think about when you compromise a machine, and go from there. So that is it for this video.